Hello. I am so thankful that you are here. Happy Wednesday. We are going to do our live video, and today is going to be math, but I actually have a little bonus for you. Okay. I was creating a little YouTube short, and my battery on my camera ran out, but I did not erase this. Okay. So I'm going to go over with you today a little bit of grammar, and then we're going to jump right into the math. Okay. So do me a favor, comment down below and tell me, where are you watching this video from? I would just love to hear where you're located so that, we're a community. So let me know where you're watching this from. Okay, so let's take a look at this. It says, neither the students nor the teacher was or were aware of the new policy. So here we have was and were. Okay, and it's a little tricky. This is actually a really tricky one because people will often mess this up. Okay, so a lot of times when you're dealing with subject and verb agreement, you look at, right? Here's the subject: teacher, were, was, right? So a lot of times people will say, neither the students nor the teacher was aware of the policy. But friends, that's actually wrong. Okay. I want to give you this little nugget that is so important that you understand, because we're talking about students and teachers. So it's both. Okay. And if you're just chiming in, you should be like, hey, aren't we here for math? Yes, you are. You're here for math. You're just getting a little grammar bonus. Okay. So neither the students nor the teacher were. Okay. Even though teacher is singular, we're talking about teacher and students. And so the answer is were aware of the new policy. All right, looks like we've got some friends here. We've got a friend from South Africa. Awesome. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope to make it to South Africa someday. And then looks like Maritza needs to study for math. You failed twice. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. This is going to help you. This lesson that we're doing today is definitely the type of thing that is on the HiSET test, on the GED test. So stick with me this entire video and it will really help you. Okay, so as I'm erasing this, we have a few more people here. Comment in the chat and tell us where you are watching this video from. Okay, give us a quick little comment while I erase. Okay, I have a new camera that I'm using here, and it's kind of fun. It's like way wider than my other camera, so I'm not quite used to that. Okay, is this recorded? Yes, this is recorded, so you can watch it a little bit later. And currently at work, yeah, stay focused at work, I guess. All right, so we're going to be focusing on percents, okay, and we're going to start off pretty easy, but then we're going to go just a little bit harder. Okay. And I really want to make sure that you understand a couple of different ways on how to do percents. Now, you've seen this before, right? This is the calculator that you get to use on the GED or the HiSET test. So make sure that you really know how to use it. And here we have the percent button is right here. I'll bring it in a little bit closer. To access this green percent, you go second and then you hit that. So let's say I'm saying 15%. I would go 15 second and then hit that percent button. And then that would give me percent. But a percent is also just a decimal. And so that's important for you to remember. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, I have the answers, but I'm not going to be using the calculator. So sometimes I'll just throw the answer without walking you through the calculator portion. Okay, so what is 25% of 80? So 25% of 80. Okay, the easiest way to do this is to hit that percent button. So you go 80 times 25 equals, or 80 times 25% equals. And that's going to give you the answer. Okay, I'm going to show you another way to do it that for this case is maybe a little bit more than what we need. But if you are, it's important that you learn how to do this for when things get just a little bit harder. Okay, so this is an important thing to remember. So we're going to go part over whole equals percent over 100. Okay, part over whole equals percent over 100. Okay, friends, I want you to give this video a thumbs up. If you feel like you are here and in the right place, ready to work on some math, give this video a thumbs up, and that lets me know that I'll keep going, okay? All right, so using this, again, you could easily do this in the calculator, but we're taking it back a little bit so that you can do this on more complicated problems. So I'm going to say here, I always start off with the 100 right there, okay? And here I have my percent. So type in the chat, tell me which of these numbers, 25 or 80, should I put right here? Type in the chat. Is it the 25 or is it the 80? Yes, it's going to be the 25, right? Because that's my percent right here. Now, I'm looking for part and whole. So is my 80 the whole, or is the 80 what I'm looking for? The part. The 80 is the whole, right? So we're going to put the 80 right there. And then I can just put an X right there. And really, it doesn't matter what letter you put, just put your favorite letter because it's just really a placeholder. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do what I call the caterpillar. And my in-person students, they know this is the caterpillar technique. So I'm going to go 80 times 25, and I get 2,000. And whoops, not 200, 2,000. And to figure out what X is, I'm just going to divide 2,000 by 100. And my answer then is 20. Okay, so 25% of 80 is 20. And again, let me show you on the calculator because this is more than what you need to do a simple problem like this. So I would type in 25%, so second and then the percent button, times 80 equals, and that would give me 20. So really make sure you know how to use your calculator. It's your friend and it's ready to help you. And this is the one you're going to want to get. Okay. All right. Let's do another math problem. I'm going to erase. And while I erase, what I want you to do is type in the chat and tell me which GED subject do you think is going to be the easiest? So tell me which subject is the easiest for you while I do my erasing. All right. So Michael says, hi, Michael. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, you're thankful for these. Good. It's kind of fun, a Wednesday, or depending upon where you're watching it, maybe Thursday or Friday. But it's kind of fun to do these. So, all right, we are going to do one that is a little bit more complicated. Okay, this one is going to be a word problem. It's not too complicated. We'll get to a couple ones that are harder here in the future. But let's see here. If a shirt originally costs $40 and is on sale for 25% off, what is the sales price? Okay, so I like using percents because it's something that you do and I do, right? We deal with these, right? When something's 40% off, you sometimes look at a chart or you can do the math and figure out what the sale price is, right? Okay, so it says the shirt costs originally $40 and is on sale for 25% off. 25% off. There we go. And so what is the sales price? So I'm going to put question sales price. When I'm dealing with math, I always like to write down the problem and just take note of what I'm looking for, because if I do that, then I know I'm not going to miss any steps. Okay, so $40, 25% off. What is the sales price? Okay, so there are two different ways that we could do this, but we're going to figure out how much we're saving, and then we'll subtract that from the full price. Okay, so 25% times 40. Now I'm just going to give you the answer here as if I typed it in my calculator. Okay, so I'm going to take 25%. So this time, instead of doing the percent button, I'm just going to go 0.25, because I know that 25% is really equal to 0.25. Okay, so that's what I'm going to type in. So I'm going to type in on my calculator 0.25 times 40. And that tells me how much I have off, right? So I have off $10, right? So that's $10 off, which is 40 times 0.25 equals the $10, right? So now and I know that when we go and we mark our answer, 10 is definitely going to be an option. But is that really what we're looking for? Are we looking for that answer? No, we're not, right? We're not looking for how much are we saving. We're looking for what is the sales price. So I will just go 40 minus 10, and the shirt is $30. Kind of a pricey shirt. Maybe it's made out of really high quality material. I don't know. But there we go. So really make sure you're keeping a close eye on what they are actually looking for. All right, I'm going to erase, and we're going to do another problem. And this time I want you to tell me which test of the GED or HiSET is the hardest. Which one are you most dreading or you're nervous about? So I will erase and you type. Okay, here we go. So this time we're going to do ones that sometimes people see a question like this and they're a little overwhelmed. So it says, if you have 60% of a number and that number is 50, what is the original number? Okay, so we have 60% of a number is 50, and we want to know the original number. Okay, so we're going to do our same equation that we did before. Do you remember we had part over whole equals percent over 100. This right here is extremely important. I highly recommend that you memorize this, okay? Part over whole equals percent over 100. It's on so many different questions. So make sure you know solidly how to do this, okay? So give me a heart or a thumbs up if you are ready to memorize this, because you know it's going to help you. Give me a sign that you're here. Okay. Oh, I love those hearts. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's take a look using our equation. So the number I always put down first is 100. Now, I have a percent. So that's my 60, right? So the 60 has the percent attached. So I know that my 60 is going to be right here. And now I have this 50, right? So I'm looking for a number, and another number is going to, I'm looking for one of these, and the other one, I don't know what the answer is, and I need to figure it out, right? So if 60% of the number equals 50, what is the original number? So I want you to type in the chat and tell me, does the 50 go on the top, or does the 50 go on the bottom? Type in the chat and tell me, top or bottom for that 50. Friends, the answer is the top, right? Because it says 60% of a number, right, is 50. So I'm going to put my 50 right here. And then my original number just goes right there. Okay. And I'm looking for that original number. Again, it really doesn't matter what you put right here, what letter. I put an X, but you could put your favorite letter, put an M or an R, whatever you want. Okay. So we're going to do, remember that caterpillar technique? That's what we're going to do again. So I'm going to go 50 times 100 is 5,000. And I'm going to then take this 60, whoop, and I'm going to divide 5,000 by 60. Okay. And my number actually isn't a nice number. It ends up being 83.33. Okay. So the way we can read this is 60% of 83.33 equals 50. And that's a pretty solid way to remember it. Okay, so I want to know, do you want me to do one more problem? So if you want me to do one more, type in the chat and tell me one more, and I will do one more problem for us. All right, erase the board. Okay, one more. Yes, I will. I see several people saying one more. One more. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about a car, right? A car that depreciates. So I want you to tell me, what does depreciate mean? Think about it. What does depreciate mean? Depreciate actually means goes down in value. Sometimes they say that when you buy a new car, you drive it off the lot, it loses like half of its value or 20% of its value or something like that. And that's what they mean by depreciate, losing in value. Okay. So a car's value depreciates by 10% each year. Okay, I'm going to put that up here first. So 10%, and I'm going to put a down arrow because I know that like down is kind of like depreciate, right? So a car's value depreciates by 10% each year. If the car was originally, okay, I'm going to write originally worth $20,000, what is the value after 1 year? Okay, so let's figure this out. Do you remember our equation? Give me a thumbs up if you remember the equation that I told you that you've got to memorize, right? So if you don't have it, memorize this. So we have here part over whole equals percent over 100. Okay, now, friends, what is the first thing I put down? That 100, right? So 100. And do I have a percent? Yes, I have this percent here, which is 10%. Now, I have to decide this 2,000 or this 20,000, does it go on the top or does it go on the bottom? Is that the part that I'm looking for or is that the whole number? So tell me, top or bottom for the 20,000? Yes, Anna, you got it. It goes on the bottom. So I'm going to put here 20,000. And then, you know what? We'll just put a different letter here. Okay, Rhonda, good job. You got it. So we're going to put here, let's say S. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's actually, you can do whatever letter you want. We're going to say C for car. Okay. So this is how much the car is depreciated going down. So we're going to do our caterpillar technique again. So I'm going to go 20,000 times 10. Here's a trick. Anytime you're multiplying by 10, all you do is add an extra zero, right? So I have 200,000. Okay. And then I'm going to take this 100, whoop, and divide 200,000 by 100. And I just told you the trick on how to multiply by 100. Here's the trick on how to divide by 100. Or I guess multiply by 10, now divide by 100. So notice how I have two zeros. I'm just going to take these two zeros and cross them off, right? So 2,000 is how much I'm saving. Now, this is one of those easy ones that really you could have just pulled out your calculator and you could have taken 20,000 times 0.1, enter, and you would have gotten 2,000, right? This was maybe a little bit of an overkill, but we're going through the technique. And when they're harder, this is what you need to do. Okay, so we'll take our 2,000, and what do? We look up the answers because it's multiple choice, and there's 2,000. We click it, and we get it wrong. Why are we getting it wrong? Because it didn't ask how much it depreciated. The question said, if the car was originally worth 20,000, what is its value after 1 year? Right? So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the 20,000 minus our 2,000, and we get 18,000. So our car is worth $18,000 after 1 year with a little bit of depreciation. Okay, friends, we made it to the end. Thank you. I see some of you are still here. You are so purely persistent. I believe in you. Thank you so much for taking this time to be here with me and really for putting this effort into your future. By doing this, I just know you're going to do amazing things in this world, and I believe in you. Make sure, friends, that you believe in yourself too, and make sure you check out some of my videos, and I'll catch you in another live next week. So same time, same place. Make sure you're here. Okay, peace, friends.